Are you wondering what's the best lens to use for video shooting with your Nikon Z6? Then check this out. What's up guys, Myung here from Prodigy Studios. Now, if you've ever wondered what's the best lens to use, so let's say you're shooting a wedding, then after using so many different kind of lenses, there are few lenses that I really love that go so well with the Nikon Z6 for video. Now, primarily, I'm going to talk about what's the best lens to take when you're video shooting a wedding. But of course, it's also for anything else, for events and parties and corporate shooting and just about any kind of video gig that you have with your Nikon Z6. Now, the very first lens that you should get is the 24 to 70 f2.8. Now, the Nikon has their own version, of course, at 2,500, and I'm just way too cheap to go that much on a lens. So then I got myself a Tamron, like about $1,000, that works well perfectly with the FTZ adapter. And this is the Tamron version of the 24 to 70 f2.8, flawless. So this is a must-have lens if you want to go pro. The very first lens that you should get. And I could actually shoot anything and everything with just this one lens if I had to pick one lens. So I recommend that. And also, all the Tamron lenses, if not most of them, they all come with VC, vibration compensation, what they call it, and it's the Nikon's version of VR, a vibration reduction, and all of their lens comes with the VC, and that's very important when you're shooting video because it allows you to handhold your camera and get your shots without seeing those micro jitters if you didn't have any kind of image stabilizer on your camera. So I highly recommend that lens, and I do recommend Tamron lens over any other lens because of the fact that they all have a VC in them. So lens number one. Second must-have lens. Now this two lens I'm going to talk about is a must-have lens not only for video but for photo also. But for video, amazing. So 70 to 200 Tamron. Nikon version, of course, has a $2,500 version. They're the best, and they also come with VR in it. So get that if you have the money. But if you're like me and you're cheap, you just can't get yourself to spend that much money on it for some reason, then you get yourself a Tamron 70 to 200. This lens is a must-have for video shooting because it allows you to zoom in from and get your shot from a distance. Let's say the couple at the wedding is doing their vows, or putting the ring on, or getting the first kiss. You could stay away and get that close-up shot with this lens. And I think, in my opinion, that this has the best looking video out of everything. The background gets super blown out. The bokeh is beautiful. It's kind of heavy though. So that's the downfall of it. But if you don't mind the weight, you get the best looking video and photo, but the best looking video possible with this lens right here. I've shot concerts with it, which is very useful because you obviously can't get too close to the singer on stage, but you could get a close-up shot of their face with this lens. A must-have lens, get it. So the other lens I want to talk about is all the prime lenses from Tamron. I'm actually using one with my Nikon Z6 in this camera right here, and I have a 35mm f1.8 with VC in it. Now, that is the big game changer. All the Tamron prime lenses, they're 45mm, 35mm, and they're 85mm, which I'm getting very soon. The 85mm, it has VC, so you could use it handheld. You're not gonna get the jitteriness and all that, and it's perfect because a lot of my gigs, I have to run around a lot to get my shots. I don't have time to set up a tripod, or I don't want to have a shoulder mount because I'm gonna be shooting for half the day. If you're shooting a wedding, you're there for 8 hours, if not more. So you want to just be able to be mobile and just handhold your gears. So all the Tamron lenses come with VC, allowing you to get steady, beautiful shot handheld. Yes, the Z6 has a VR built into it, and you could turn that on using with any lenses, but the VR isn't perfect. The electronic VR isn't perfect. It has a weird warp effect if like the person is moving too fast, or if you move, you can't even move at all with that thing on, and you're gonna get this weird warping effect. So um, I do recommend using. I do love the electronic VR, but most of the time you want to use the VR that's built into the lens to get rid of that micro jitter that you see on cameras that doesn't have image stabilizer. So all of the Tamron prime lenses have the VC and get those lenses. So you obviously don't need a lot of different lenses when shooting video, right? Just a couple here and there. But the lenses that I'm talking about gives you that specific look that is very helpful when it comes to shooting your wedding or any kind of event. Now, the coolest lens for Nikon Z6 is the Siri anamorphic lens. Now, they didn't make one for a Nikon. They made one for Sony, I think a Fuji, and the Micro Four Thirds for GH5 that I have over there. But there's this cool little adapter that comes, this little silver guy right here. It's a cool little flat adapter. I think it's only like 30 bucks. I'll put a link below if you're interested in it. You can get yourself a Micro Four Thirds version of this anamorphic lens, put it in here, and then stick it to your camera, and you get anamorphic videos from your Nikon Z6. How cool is that? So if you want a stylistic look, a cinematic look, big lens flares, and just looks like a movie, then get yourself this lens. Now I'm gonna make a separate video with just this lens with sample videos and a little more detail about it. So that's coming soon. But that's one of the lenses that I recommend for the best video shooting for your Nikon Z6. All right, guys, I know that was a short video. I just wanted to kind of go over some of my favorite lenses. Thank you guys so much for watching this. Please subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.